Happy are you after sealing your move to St Mirren?
Yeah, no, look, it was something that came completely out of the blue. I took training yesterday at Morecambe and came back to a lot of text messages. I met with the chairman of Morecambe, and obviously St Mirren had made a big play to get me agreed compensation and wanted to speak to me. And I think you have to take that as a massive compliment. They put their intentions very clear, and I didn't take the decision lightly. It was with a heavy heart that I do leave, because a lot of good people there. The people at the time were very good to me as well. But when I spoke to Jim, and he told me the ambitions, the setup, the training facilities and what they're trying to improve with it, then it was really exciting opportunity that it was very, very difficult for me to turn down.
How was the club sold to you and the opportunity sold to you?
Yeah, I spoke to Jim yesterday afternoon. The training ground, obviously, the what they're trying to do with the training ground and the improvements they've tried to do. The current squad was a bonus as well. Usually, you come into a football club and it's a complete rebuild when a manager leaves. Certainly not the case here. I've inherited a lot of good players that are confident, and I just need to come and tickle it along for now and gradually put my own stamp on it as we go.
We're speaking to Tony Fitzpatrick there just about what you achieved at Motherwell. Obviously, a couple of cup finals, a third place finish, getting them into Europe. Do you feel with the setup you've got at St Mirren that you're able to achieve something similar?
Well, we certainly trying to. It takes time. It takes time to build things. I think there's already been, as I say, a lot of good stuff put in place, and it's for me to continue to do that first and foremost, to try and break into the top six, and then try and do that on a regular basis. There's European football. I'm right in saying down to fourth. So hopefully, as we progress, it's difficult. Everyone will be thinking the same thing, but there's certainly an infrastructure and platform to do that.
Just finally from me, will you be in the dugout tomorrow? I know it's been a quick turnaround.
Yeah, I took training today. Myself and Dermot O'Carroll. It's been a crazy 24 hours. I thought I would be taking a game at Rotherham tonight, and you end up taking a game at Dundee. So yeah, I'll be in the dugout, yeah, and being nice and calm and composed.
Stephen, you touched on it there about coming into a club where the team are doing well and the club is in a good place. Does that put more pressure on you, say, than taking over when a manager had been sacked, for example?
No, I don't think so. I think it's, you have to rebuild the football club. I done that at Motherwell, where I took over, and managers had lost their job, unfortunately, and the team were bottom of the league. So I know if you ask me which scenario I'd rather take over, a team that's sitting in seventh and going in the right direction with all the facilities and trying to be improved, then it's certainly a better option than taking over a club with a lack of confidence.
And like you say, St Mirren are in seventh, but they're only 1 point from fourth. Have you ever seen that middle section of the league as tight as it is at the moment?
Yeah, it's very tight. I think it says how competitive the league is now. And there'll be a lot of people in the same position as ourselves thinking, can we scrape into that top four? So it's all to play for. We've got a tough run in, but one that we're more than capable of getting points from and continuing, as I repeat, the good work that's been done.
And there's not that many games left. Do you think you have the squad there that can make the top four?
Yeah, look, I took training today, and the first thing I noticed was the confidence of the players, the buy-in of the players, and pushing each other in the drive, and that gives you a real chance when you've got a togetherness and a good group of boys. Jim's put together a good squad. If I can continue, as I say, to push that along and add to that as we go, then we've got as much chance as anybody else.
Thanks, Stephen.
Lots of familiar faces in that squad as well, Stephen, from your time at Motherwell. Does that help from a continuity standpoint in terms of trying to get the club staying in that top six? Well, getting back into that top six, I suppose, if they're in seventh, but, trying to continue the good season they've had so far.
Yeah, it makes life easier. I've worked with a lot of the players that are here, played against a lot of the players here, so you're not going in blind. Jordan Jones, I work with in Northern Ireland a lot as well. So, it gives you a platform to build from. People are used to you, your voice, your demands and your standards. But as I say, there's a good infrastructure here already. It's going to be a tough challenge to get into the top six. As previously mentioned, there's 4 or 5 teams very close to each other, all chasing the same dream. So it's up to me just to try and, as I say, push that along. We certainly got the squad to do it. I have full belief in that.
I take it Jim Goodwin had a lot of good words to say about the club as well, then having a chat with him. He made that big decision to go to Aberdeen. And how do you think he'll get on up there in the North East? That's a big job for him as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge challenge. I stayed in touch with Jim on a regular basis when I was down in England. Asked each other about a lot of players, obviously the English market and the Scottish market when we were bringing them vice versa. So listen, I'm delighted for Jim, deserved it. And, Aberdeen's a big challenge for him. So, we wish him all the very best with that. And the club have given him a real platform. I know Jim's very appreciative of what St Mirren have done for him, and rightly so.
Brilliant, Stephen. Cheers. All the best.
Stephen, how you doing? Did you always see yourself coming back to Scotland? I know you've not been away very long, but
yeah, don't feel like I've been away. I think inevitably at some stage, yeah, I was going to come back. I'd be honest, I didn't envisage it this quickly. If you'd have told me at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon that I'd be taking a game against Dundee, I wouldn't have believed you. As I said, I didn't search for the job. I didn't apply for the job. I didn't set out to leave Morecambe. And it doesn't sit well with me that I have left, because you don't set out to do that. You go down there to do the job. But St Mirren made a statement by what they'd done. They were prepared to pay compensation to bring me in and put a stamp on it, and that gives you a lot of confidence in the people behind, the board behind, that want to take the football club forward. So once I spoke to them, it was an absolute, it was a tough decision, but one I felt I had to make. I thought there was a real opportunity to continue to build, as I say, the already good work done, and the madness of Scottish football again.
And that kind of madness puts you up against Mark McGee tomorrow night as well. As a good one to start off with. Have you heard from him in the last couple of days as he get back?
I've texted him, but he's blanked me as usual. He never takes my text messages or calls. And anyway, I'll text him when he was down at Stockport, so he did come back to me. Our boys were friendly at the time, so it was good to see that both of them are growing up now. But listen, Mark was fantastic with me. You don't get the amount of games Mark got in football without having a brilliant knowledge and being a brilliant man manager. So, I owe Mark a lot, but I'm hoping to make 3 points off him tomorrow night. I know that, but looking forward to seeing him.
Stephen, do you feel like you're a more experienced manager second time around in Scotland?
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to be a camera manager. I think in every experience you have, going down to England again, you get a lot more knowledge of the English market that we might recruit from. The problems you face at different football clubs, problems at Motherwell are different than St Mirren, different at Morecambe, and you learn how to deal with them. You realise, players don't mean to make mistakes. They're human, and you have to deal with it a little bit less emotionally and just try and put processes in place that people can, keep getting better and better. And as I say, things have been put in place here already. It's for me to continue that, keep improving it and take the club forward.
You spoke about players that you've worked with already. Curtis Main hasn't quite hit the ground running at St Mirren. Are you confident that you can get the best out of him?
We did previously. Mino, I've got a lot of good memories. Mino scoring in semi-finals against Aberdeen and, quarter-finals, so Mino's a good boy. We'll encourage him. We'll get him back first and foremost to full fitness, where he gets a run of games and works hard, because when he's on form, he's very, very difficult to play against, and there's a lot of competition. Young Alex has come in and done really well. Aiming back to fitness, hopefully full fitness in the next couple of weeks, then it gives us plenty of options. So if we can get a turnout of Mino again, which we know we can, then it's certainly an asset for us.
Brilliant. Cheers, Stephen.
Okay, man.
Sorry, can I just ask a wee one about team news? Will you get the chance to work with Eamon Brophy soon? Is he kind of close to fitness? Is he just the only?
Yeah, no, Eamon trained today. He trained fully today. He's trained the last 3 or 4 days, according to the medical staff. He trained fully today, and as long as he doesn't have any reaction, we hope to have him involved tomorrow night.
Magic. All the best, team.
Cheers, guys. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks, Stephen.
And then that's you.
Okay.